Gentlemen, what if I told you there's one drink sitting in your grocery store right now that could change everything about how your body performs? I'm talking about firmness you haven't felt in years, confidence that returns within 60 minutes, and blood flow that increases by up to 200%. Most men over 50 believe their struggles are just part of aging, that it's inevitable, that there's nothing they can do. But here's the truth nobody's telling you. It's not about your age. It's about your circulation. Your blood vessels aren't dead. They're just waiting for the right signal to open up again. I'm Dr. Lila Romano, and I've been a practicing urologist for over a decade. In that time, I've helped thousands of men restore their vitality without relying on prescriptions or risky procedures. And today, I'm going to reveal exactly what this drink is, the science behind why it works so powerfully, and how you can use it to reclaim the strength and performance you thought were gone forever. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share isn't just about one night. It's about transforming your circulation, your energy, and your confidence for good. Now, before we talk about the solution, you need to understand what's really happening inside your body. When you were younger, your arteries were like brand new hoses, wide, flexible, and full of life. Blood rushed through them effortlessly. But as years pass, stress, sugar, poor sleep, and inactivity damage something critical, the endothelium. That's the inner lining of your blood vessels, and it controls one of the most important molecules in your body, nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as a master switch. When it's on, your blood vessels relax and open wide. When it's off, they constrict, restricting blood flow everywhere, including where it matters most for intimacy. Imagine watering your garden with a kinked hose. No matter how much pressure you have, nothing flows through. Your body works the same way. Without open vessels, blood can't reach the muscles, nerves, and tissues that create firmness and stamina. That's why erections become softer, recovery takes longer, and energy drops. This isn't just testosterone. It's circulation. But here's the exciting part. Your body can repair this. You can retrain your arteries to open up again and restore the performance you remember. And it starts with what you drink. Certain natural compounds trigger massive nitric oxide production, forcing your blood vessels to relax naturally, safely, and fast. I'll reveal the most powerful drinks that do exactly that. But one is so potent, it can expand your veins by over 200% within just 1 hour. And that's what we're starting with now. This is it, gentlemen. The drink that pharmaceutical companies never mention because it works too well and costs almost nothing. Beetroot juice. Now, before you dismiss this as too simple or too strange, let me explain the extraordinary science behind why this works so powerfully for men over 50. Beetroot juice is one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates. When you drink it, these nitrates travel through your digestive system and into your bloodstream, where they undergo a remarkable transformation. Your body converts them into nitric oxide, the exact molecule that tells your arteries to relax and open wide. When nitric oxide levels surge, the smooth muscle cells in your blood vessel walls receive a powerful signal to let go of tension. Your arteries expand like a balloon filling with air. And that expansion means more oxygen, more nutrients, and more blood reaching every part of your body that needs it, especially the tissues responsible for firmness and stamina. Clinical studies have shown that beetroot juice can increase blood flow by up to 200% within just 1 hour of consumption. That's not marketing hype. That's measurable biology. When nitric oxide floods your system, circulation improves dramatically, firmness strengthens, and confidence returns. But here's what matters most: timing and amount. You want to drink about 8 to 16 ounces of pure beetroot juice approximately 60 minutes before any anticipated activity. That's the sweet spot when nitric oxide peaks in your bloodstream. You can make it fresh with a juicer, or you can buy pure, unsweetened beetroot juice from most grocery stores. Just make absolutely sure you avoid blends with added sugar, because sugar destroys the vascular benefits we're after. Now, I know the earthy taste isn't for everyone. If you find it too strong, mix it with a splash of apple juice or fresh ginger. Just keep it at least 75% beetroot to maintain the power. Some of my patients tell me they feel a gentle warmth moving through their body about 45 minutes after drinking it. That's not imagination. That's circulation waking up. That's blood flow returning to tissues that haven't felt it fully in years. And here's the beautiful part. You can protect this nitric oxide, extend it, and make it last even longer. How? By pairing beetroot juice with a second powerful drink that acts like a shield. And that's what we're covering next. Let's talk about something ancient, something deep red, and something that's been called the nectar of strength for thousands of years. Pomegranate juice. Men in Persian medicine used it to boost fertility and endurance. Mediterranean cultures considered it sacred. And today, modern science finally explains exactly why it works. Inside every glass of pomegranate juice are incredibly powerful plant compounds called polyphenol, especially one known as punicalagin. Think of punicalagin as a protective shield. Here's how it works. Nitric oxide is fragile. The moment it encounters free radicals or inflammation in your bloodstream, it breaks down and loses its power. That's where pomegranate steps in like a bodyguard protecting a king. The antioxidants in pomegranate juice rush through your system and neutralize those free radicals, keeping your nitric oxide alive and active for hours longer. So while beetroot opens your arteries, pomegranate guards them. The result? More sustained blood flow, better circulation throughout the day, and longer-lasting firmness when it matters most. One landmark study followed men who drank just one small glass of pomegranate juice daily for 4 weeks. At the end of the study, 47% of them reported that their performance had returned to levels they hadn't experienced in years. Many said their confidence skyrocketed. To get the full benefit, drink about 8 to 10 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice, approximately 1 hour before intimacy. And here's a bonus strategy one share with my patients. If you make it part of your morning ritual, your baseline circulation will improve over time. Every day you drink it, you're training your blood vessels to stay open, responsive, and alive. But what if there was a drink that didn't just protect nitric oxide, but actually helped your body create even more of it through a completely different pathway? There is. And it's hiding in one of the world's most refreshing fruits. This next one surprises almost every man I talk to. Watermelon. You probably think of it as a simple summer fruit, sweet, hydrating, nothing special. But inside that red flesh, and even more concentrated in the pale white rind, is one of the most powerful natural compounds for male circulation. It's called L-citrulline. When you drink watermelon juice, your body converts citrulline into another amino acid called L-arginine. And L-arginine then transforms into nitric oxide, the same molecule that opens your arteries, increases blood flow, and gives you stronger, longer-lasting performance. Now here's the trick that makes watermelons so special. If you take L-arginine directly as a supplement, most of it gets broken down in your digestive system before it ever reaches your bloodstream. But citrulline from watermelon bypasses that problem entirely. It travels through your body intact, gets converted in your kidneys, and then floods your system with usable arginine, pure fuel for nitric oxide production. That means watermelon juice is actually a more efficient way to boost nitric oxide than most expensive supplements on the market. Studies show that men who drank watermelon juice daily experienced measurably improved blood flow and better firmness within just 2 weeks. So how do you make it work for you? Blend 3 to 4 cups of fresh watermelon cubes, and this is important, include some of that pale white rind. That's where the citrulline lives in its highest concentration. You'll end up with about 16 ounces of fresh juice. Drink it 30 to 60 minutes before intimacy. It's naturally sweet, incredibly hydrating, and works beautifully alongside beetroot and pomegranate juice. Because remember, gentlemen, beetroot creates nitric oxide, pomegranate protects it, and watermelon helps your body manufacture even more of it. 3 natural allies working together in perfect harmony to bring your circulation back to life. And when you combine them the right way, the effect is unlike anything else you've tried. That's what I call the Triple Nitric Oxide Booster. And I'm going to show you exactly how to make it next. All right, this is where everything comes together. You've just learned how beetroot juice opens. your blood vessels, how pomegranate juice protects nitric oxide from breaking down, and how watermelon juice builds even more of it through a secondary pathway. Now imagine what happens when you combine all three. That's what I call the triple nitric oxide booster, and it's one of the most powerful vascular combinations you can drink. Here's how to make it. In a large glass or shaker, combine 8 ounces of beetroot juice, 6 ounces of watermelon juice, and 4 ounces of pomegranate juice. That's an 18-ounce drink that activates 3 different pathways for blood flow, stamina, and energy all at once. The beetroot sends nitrates through your system. Watermelon adds citrulline that converts to arginine. Pomegranate's antioxidants keep nitric oxide alive longer. Together, they create a chain reaction, like a triple-lane highway opening after years of traffic. Men describe the effect as warm, steady, and deeply charged. Not jittery, just alive. Present. Ready. Drink it 1 hour before intimacy for strongest results. If you're consistent, a few times weekly, your baseline circulation improves continuously. Better energy, faster recovery, sharper focus, and significantly better performance. Some patients tell me it's like rediscovering themselves. But here's the best part. You don't need to wait weeks for results. The effects start building within hours. And the longer you use it, the stronger your body's response becomes. So what happens if you take this even further, using these drinks not just before activity, but every single day as part of your routine? That's where the real transformation begins. Nitric oxide is part of your body's long-term communication system. When you consistently provide the right nutrients, your vessels adapt. They produce nitric oxide more efficiently, become more flexible, and stay open longer. Your baseline circulation improves even on regular days. You'll wake with more energy, recover faster, and feel warmer extremities because blood flows freely again. Research shows men who drink beetroot or pomegranate juice daily for several weeks develop stronger, healthier vessels. Blood pressure stabilizes. Stamina rises. Confidence returns naturally. Think of it as compound interest for your body. Each glass builds on the previous one. You're not just improving tonight, you're rebuilding your vascular foundation. Here's the simple daily routine I recommend to my patients. In the morning, drink a small glass of pomegranate juice, about 8 ounces. This sets the stage for better endothelial health all day long. In the afternoon, add a beetroot shot or a small smoothie with fresh watermelon. This keeps nitric oxide levels elevated, your vessels open, and your circulation humming. When intimacy is planned, that's when you bring out the full triple booster formula. Because now your body isn't starting from zero. It's already primed, responsive, and ready to perform. But there are still 2 more natural drinks that can deepen this transformation even further. One helps your body recover overnight, and the other sharpens your focus and calm during the day. Let's talk about those now. First, Tart Cherry Juice. This dark red juice is loaded with antioxidants called anthocyanins. They fight inflammation deep inside your blood vessel walls and help your arteries stay flexible and responsive. But here's the hidden bonus. Tart cherry juice is one of nature's richest sources of melatonin. Now, you might think melatonin is only for sleep, but it's also a powerful vascular protector. It helps your body repair the endothelium, that critical inner lining of your arteries, while you sleep. It also protects nitric oxide from breaking down overnight. So when you drink a small glass of tart cherry juice a few hours before bed, you're not only setting yourself up for deeper, more restorative rest, you're also boosting your next day's circulation. It's like recharging your entire vascular system while you sleep. Now let's move to the daytime hero, green tea. Green tea doesn't directly create nitric oxide the way beetroot does. Instead, it helps your body use nitric oxide more effectively. Its key compound, EGCG, protects the enzyme that produces nitric oxide from oxidative damage. That means the nitric oxide you already have works longer and stronger. Plus, green tea contains L-theanine, an amino acid that calms your mind without making you drowsy. When combined with a small amount of natural caffeine in green tea, it creates something special, focused relaxation. That calm confidence is exactly what men need before intimacy. Here's a quick formula you can try. Brew 2 strong cups of green tea, let them cool, and mix them with 8 ounces of pure pomegranate juice. Add ice if you like. I call this the endothelial health blend, a drink that supports your blood vessels, sharpens your mind, and keeps your nitric oxide levels thriving all day long. So now you've got your pre-activity drinks, your daily circulation routine, and your recovery blend. But there's one more critical factor that can make or break everything, something so simple most men never think about it. Hydration. Before you reach for any of these powerful drinks, there's one fundamental rule you need to understand. None of it works if you're dehydrated. Think of your blood like water flowing through a hose. If there isn't enough of it, even the widest hose won't deliver pressure. That's exactly what happens inside your body. When you're low on fluids, your blood volume drops. And when blood volume drops, your circulation suffers, your energy plummets, and firmness becomes nearly impossible, no matter how much nitric oxide you produce. So here's the fix. In the hours before intimacy, drink about 16 to 24 ounces of plain water. Not right before, but 2 to 3 hours earlier. That gives your body time to absorb it, rebuild blood volume, and prepare your system for optimal flow. Then, when it's time for your nitric oxide booster, your blood has the volume and pressure it needs to respond powerfully. But don't overdo it. Drinking too much water immediately before activity can leave you feeling bloated or constantly distracted by the need to urinate. Hydration is about balance, not flooding your system. Now let's talk about something you might not expect: temperature. If you drink your juice ice cold, your body reacts with a brief constriction of blood vessels. That's why I always tell my patients, keep your drinks at room temperature or just slightly cool. Cold liquids can momentarily tighten your vessels. Room temperature keeps them relaxed and ready to expand. And yes, timing matters. Most of these drinks, especially beetroot, watermelon, and the triple booster, work best when consumed about 60 minutes before intimacy. That's when nitric oxide peaks in your bloodstream. But everyone's body is different. Some men notice the best results after 45 minutes, others closer to 90. So experiment. Find your personal sweet spot. And remember, with these natural boosters, more is not always better. Stick to the optimal ranges: 8 to 16 ounces of beetroot juice, 7 to 10 ounces of pomegranate, and 12 to 16 ounces of watermelon. More than that doesn't double the benefits. It just adds unnecessary sugar and calories your body doesn't need. These drinks are powerful, natural, and generally very safe, but there are a few things you need to know. First, if you're taking blood pressure medication, use caution with beetroot juice. Beetroot naturally lowers blood pressure, which is usually a good thing. But when combined with blood pressure medication, it could potentially cause your pressure to drop too low. If you're on these medications, monitor your blood pressure closely and consult your healthcare provider. Second, if you have diabetes, be aware that fruit juices contain natural sugars that affect blood glucose levels. Monitor your blood sugar and account for the carbohydrate content of these juices in your overall management plan. Third, if you have kidney disease, consult your doctor before consuming large amounts of potassium-rich juices like pomegranate or watermelon, as impaired kidney function affects how your body handles potassium. Now let me set realistic expectations so you know exactly what to look for and when. Within 1 to 3 hours of drinking your first nitric oxide booster, you may feel a subtle warmth spreading through your body. You might notice a gentle pulse of energy. That's circulation waking up, blood flowing to areas that haven't received optimal flow in years. During week 1 to 2, you'll likely notice better energy levels throughout the day. Morning firmness may start to return or strengthen. You'll feel more alert, more present, more alive. By weeks 3 to 4, most men report noticeable improvements in performance, firmness that's easier to achieve, erections that last longer, and a sense of confidence that's been missing. After 2 to 3 months of consistent use, your baseline circulation transforms. Your blood vessels become more flexible and responsive. Your energy becomes reliable. And your confidence, that comes roaring back naturally. Men who follow this approach often tell me something remarkable. They stop worrying about performance and start enjoying connection again. That's the real power behind these natural boosters. They don't just help your body, they help you feel like yourself again. So here's what I want you to do. Try the 1-hour ritual this week. Just once. Then come back and tell me what you noticed. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I read every single one personally, and I'll answer them in future videos. I'm Dr. Lila Romano, and I will see you in the next video.